Hey, Kellie here with the Realty One Group. So today I am going to be interviewing Eric Jones. He is a lender with Barrett Financial. We are going to discuss first-time home buyer programs out there. So let's go ahead and start. So tell us about yourself, Eric.
So my name is Eric Jones. I run the Jones Group, powered by Barrett Financial. I work as an independent mortgage broker. I've worked in the industry for, oh my goodness, over 15 years. I started out in retail banking, been originating for a little over a decade. So happy to be here.
Nice, we're happy you're here.
Thank you.
So what inspired you to become a mortgage lender?
So that was very unexpected. I did not seek mortgage lending, but as we all know, life has a funny way of just working out. I started out in banking as a branch manager at the time. I had some various opportunities come along and ended up getting opportunity to move into the mortgage division. And that was when I was 25 years old. And completely unexpected, like I said, but I haven't looked back since. And it's a great opportunity. What I found learning about how money works. I come from a background of a very low income family. Money was always a struggle. And the best way to overcome some of those challenges is to lean in head first and just jump in and start educating yourself. And the more that I learned, the more that I realized that there's so much that people don't understand about how money works, how lending works. And so I just wanted to be one of the individuals on the inside that could really help provide honest, transparent education to home buyers.
That's awesome. So Eric, tell us your biggest misconception first-time home buyers are about getting a mortgage.
There's so many. I would say that when you're a first-time home buyer, it's completely understandable. It's stressful. It can be a little bit scary. You don't want people taking advantage of you. You want to make wise financial decisions that are going to be best for you and your family. You just don't know where to start. A big misconception is that you need 20% down. That's just frankly not true anymore. It was more true back in the 90s when mortgage lenders were wanting higher leverage, but with the programs that are available today, there's options to go as low as 3% down, and for some individuals as low as 0% down, depending on their circumstances. And so I would say the biggest misconception is that we need tens of thousands of dollars to get into a home, or we need perfect credit to get into the home. There's so many customizable programs that are out in the market today.
I think that's an excellent point, actually. It's very true, and everybody really does still think that, so that's a great point out. So how much money does somebody really need to buy their first home, feeding off of what you just said?
Yeah, and so again, that's going to be on a case-by-case basis. It depends on how much home you want. Rather than thinking of it as far as a dollar amount, a lot of it is percentages. It's going to depend on where your credit profile looks like. But like I just mentioned, there's options to go as low as 3% down for many home buyers, and for military veterans and some other individuals as low as 0% down. I would say that one thing to keep in mind is the lower down payment that you place, the less leverage the bank has against that home. So be cognizant of that, because you will see higher interest rates that come with lower down payments because of that reason. However, if your goal is to get into a home, which it ultimately should be, I would hope for everybody, then there's options that are going to be available.
So Eric, what should someone do before they start looking at home? And then second to that, what does it mean to be pre-approved?
Yeah, I would say that before you start looking for homes, connect with a trusted mortgage broker, which is an expert in their field, a mortgage strategist that's going to be able to work with you and really look for any blind spots that you may not know as a client, so that you can work in partnership and make sure that all your ducks are in a row. Whether that's improving your credit to trigger a slightly lower interest rate, or looking at down payment options that are going to set you up really well with the payment that you're ultimately wanting. Working with an expert in the field just makes sense, and it's free. It doesn't cost anything to start a conversation.
Awesome. Good advice given here.
Absolutely.
And then what are the biggest mistakes buyers make before closing on a home? This one's important.
So many stories, Kelly. Well, I'll say that whenever you're getting approved for a home, there's three main pillars that lending company or your mortgage broker are looking at. It's the credit score, it's the loan to value ratio, how much are you leveraging against the value of that property, which comes into down payment, and then it's your debt to income ratio. So when we're looking at debt to income ratio, it is what are your monthly liabilities with that new payment on that home being included calculated against your gross monthly income. So a huge mistake that I've seen a lot of clients make is, oh, I'm pre-approved, we're good, I'm going to go out and buy that new car. Or I'm in the mindset of thinking about money right now, so let me go ahead and do all my money related tasks this month, because we're kind of already in that mode. So anything that's going to trigger a credit pull, adding new liabilities, or switching anything that's connected to those variables, spending your down payment money, applying for new loans, going into a debt relief program is another big one. Anything that's going to adjust to those parameters is really going to adjust what that approval looks like, because you have to remember, you're getting approved based on a snapshot of your situation at that point in time that the lender's looking at your scenario. So if you go and change that behind your mortgage broker's back and they're not a part of that conversation, that could throw off everything and make it a really uncomfortable experience whenever we're coming up on closing.
Awesome. Good tips. So always ask your lender before you do anything financially.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're a team.
How can buyers improve their credit score if they're not quite ready to purchase?
That's a good question. So get in touch with your mortgage broker. They're most likely going to be experienced and trained in credit repair and credit building. I would say that there's so many different ways that you can help improve your score. Working with your mortgage broker, having the ability to review your credit profile is a huge benefit, because they'll be able to custom tailor a plan and a strategy to increase your credit score based on your specific situation. Some generalities is, if you have any credit cards that are over 50% utilization, get those paid down to under 50%. If you have any delinquencies or collections, let's work on getting those cleared up. And then let's make sure that we're not having our credit pulled for a lot of things. So just keeping the status quo and making on-time payments. Even if it's minimum monthly payments. I tell a lot of my clients, I understand that we're all in different financial situations. Let's start by placing everything on a minimum monthly payment, auto pay, just to make sure we're not missing any payments. And then we can go from there and look at paying additional to pay some of those liabilities down.
Perfect. Based on what you just said, you did recently help a couple of our clients get through a whole credit repair situation, and they closed on their first home together here in Arizona.
Absolutely.
So were there any extra challenges you had to go through for that, or what path were they on where they needed your assistance in getting to that final destination of closing on a house?
I remember those clients, they were phenomenal. And that was one of the happiest experiences in working with a client. It helps so much when you have a client that's motivated, willing to do the work, and is also communicative and understands that the brokerage client or the broker client relationship is really a partnership. And these clients were great at that, staying in communication, responding to phone calls, reaching out to me with any questions. They had already started a credit repair program, so they were taking initiative, but they also looped me in and made sure that I was a part of that strategy so that we're able to work together. So the biggest thing that we were able to do for them is really come up with a custom strategy to target exactly which liabilities that we needed to target to help boost their credit score and get them ready for homeownership.
Nice. And I think the key point there was that they were always ready and willing to do what was asked of, right? They followed the path that you were guiding them to actually get to that point, and that's a huge deal as well. So that relationship with your lender and building your credit is important. So what type of loan programs are available, and how do buyers know which one is the best fit for them?
Buyers will likely not know. And that is why you have a mortgage experience or a mortgage broker with over a decade of experience to reach out to. That's the whole value of working with an expert in the field, right? Is to come up with that customized plan. Today, in 2026, as we're having this interview, there are over 100 different mortgage programs that are out there, from first-time homebuyer programs to VA loans to FHA to DSCR and doctor loans and a bunch of other acronyms that none of us know what they mean, but you can call me. But there's programs out there that are custom tailored to everybody's situation, whether you need help with a down payment or you have the down payment, but we're kind of struggling on credit. And so have that conversation with your lender, be transparent, be honest. Is a personal thing, but the more transparent and forthcoming that you are, the better we're able to work with you. It truly is a true partnership. We want you to get approved. And at the end of the day, we're not trying to hold our money, or it's not us against you. It's us on the same side of the table working together to get you into the home of your dreams.
Well said. So if someone isn't ready to buy today, is it too early to speak with a lender? And what are the benefits of actually planning ahead?
It's never too early to speak with your lender. And the reason I say that is because it's completely free. So if you call me, I have nothing to sell you. I just have information to provide. The most important thing is to get the information, come up with a strategy with an experienced lender that's going to be able to advise you on how to start getting everything set up. And so, no, it's never too early. I would say typically, if you're looking to purchase within the next 6 to 12 months or sooner, then you should definitely be on the phone with a mortgage lender.
Okay, very good. What is one piece of advice you'd give someone thinking about buying a home in the next 6 to 12 months?
Best advice I can give you is call your mortgage broker. We need to get started sooner rather than later. There's a lot of variables that can come into play. Let's say we need to work on improving your credit. Well, that could take, a month, but in some situations that could take the next 6 months to really get that score where we want it to be to get us in the interest rate range that we're desiring. The sooner that you reach out to your mortgage broker and start strategizing, the better position you're going to be in whenever it comes to getting approved. So sooner is always best. Absolutely.
Sooner's the key. Prepare.
It's free.
So, final question. Okay. How can people get in touch with you if they have questions or want to get pre-approved?
I make myself easy to find. You can find me on Instagram. We'll link the socials down below. Eric Jones with an extra S and an underscore at the end. You can also visit me on my website, which is joneslendinggroup.com. I'm always available. You can shoot me a question there. Or you can text or give me a call. My number is 480-980-2501. You can always reach out to me with any questions that you have, and I'm always willing to help.
Awesome. We appreciate so much of you coming out and talking to everybody today, giving that advice. Subscribe if you want more information. I'm Kellie with Realty One Group.
Thank you.